But it is time, as always, here on a Wednesday edition of the Green Zone for Premier's Picks with the Premier of the province, Brad Wall. Premier Brad Wall, how are you this fine evening?
Excellent, Jamie. I'm in Melfort, Canada. Beautiful community. How are you doing?
Melfort, Saskatchewan. I know some people who have gone through the Melfort area.
Home of the Mustangs.
How is everything in Melfort?
Everything seems fine. We're having a bit of a community barbecue, and I think the rain's holding off. We've been up here for the afternoon. It's been from Quill Lake to Watson to here. It was raining a little bit, but it looks like it's going to hold out now.
Looking at the standings on Premier's Picks, you're leading the pack, as it should be, I guess. It is Premier's Picks after all.
How did the King do last week?
Well, here, let's bring an update here on Gary the King Nickel, because he has been bragging all week about 4 for 4, 4 for 4. I'm perfect, a perfect week for Gary the King Nickel, until I look at the database of Premier's Picks and I see on here Winnipeg, BC, Saskatchewan. Hey, that's 3 correct, but I also have here, you picked Montreal, Gary. That's not even close.
I figured if I kept saying it enough times that you guys would just believe me and I could get away with it. It's like a political move, right?
The unaudited report. There you go. There's the auditor known as Jamie Nye, though.
Oh, yes. And at least I'm still climbing the ladder, right? I'm not like that gopher who's trying to scream from the basement like he's important or something.
Fake Gainer went 2 for 4 last week. You and the Premier and Gary went 3 for 4 last week, and let's just leave it there.
Whoa, Jamie Nye, Mr. Football Guy. How did you do last week, old friend?
I got the most important game right last week. I picked Saskatchewan to beat Ottawa.
Was that the only game you got right?
I picked Saskatchewan to beat Ottawa.
So many political moves right now.
Can we do this? I think there should be something at stake for Fake Gainer, since he's picking with us this year, not doing too well. I think he should have to disclose his real identity. And we know him only as his Twitter persona.
I will be honest. I have met the person behind Fake Gainer.
No way.
See,
we don't know.
And Premier Wall, I will admit, remember when you were on the show with us during Grey Cup week?
Yes.
We were at an establishment in Regina at the press box. Fake Gainer was 10 feet away from you.
Whoa. That's creepy.
It's kind of like being that close to Batman, and except maybe not quite as cool.
We need the public unmasking after, what was his name? Harvey Two-Face got, remember he got busted?
That's right. So we should do the same thing. If he continues to, if he finishes last, he should have a radio unmasking at the end of the season.
He completely caught me off guard, too, because I was racing around, there was something going on, and all of a sudden, this gentleman pops out and goes, "Hi, how's it going?" And he introduces himself, and he goes, "Fake Gainer." And I went,
"No.
What?" And then all of a sudden, I had to go back on the air, and that was that. And then he disappeared into the wilderness.
This is also just like Batman.
A Marvel Comics thing, a really bad Marvel comic, but still.
You get all those guys, all those imposters showing up. Like, "Oh, I'm Batman. No, I'm Batman." Then
maybe that was it.
Yeah, what's the difference between you and me? And he says, "I'm not wearing hockey pads."
That's not bad, actually. That's not bad.
Thank you.
Here, the good news, though, or maybe it's bad news, is that no one's going to be claiming to be Fake Gainer based on how poorly he's doing. No one's going to be trying to grab that persona.
No imposters.
I have looked around the country to find anybody who has a great record of picking CFL games at all this season, and I have not found anybody who's even close to being, that 75%, 3 for 4 most weeks. Everybody is in and around the 500 mark or below. So I do not feel as bad to be 10 for 24. Premier Wall, you're right on the 500 mark at 12 for 24.
Gosh. Well, let's pick it up, guys.
Hey, I'm ready. You know me. All I need is my hot mess and some margaritas and taco in a bag, and I'm good to go.
I have 2 questions for Premier Brad Wall.
Are you still making the taco in a bag, Gary?
Someone's got to eat.
Yeah.
Whoa, pause.
Just throw the meat into the bag of Doritos, or do you add anything else?
Time out. Premier Wall, what is wrong with taco in a bag?
No, I like it, but I'm just saying, I think that's what Gary said he has that pretty much on days that end in Y, and I'm thinking maybe he's got to switch it up a little bit.
And
unless he's on a date. We remember when he's got a date, he goes to
chicken
McDonald's.
Yeah. No, I upgraded now to
Chicken McNuggets.
Mr. Premier. It's now all about the full shopping bag, like a Safeway bag. That's my taco in a bag. Couple pounds.
Well, and on date nights, are you bringing them? Do they get to go over to the home of the king and have?
They get
in a bag.
One scoop for the lady.
All right.
I eat the rest.
Grated cheese.
No, come on.
Lonely nights.
Oh, wow. Anyways,
moving along.
Glenn Suter is also on the line. We're going to bring him on. Hopefully, didn't catch him by surprise after the first couple of minutes. Because of the next question, I have two questions. The first one is, who is the Premier's hot mess of the week?
Mm-hmm. First of all, you guys sounded like an episode of The View there for a while.
Bunch of hens clucking.
Yeah, a whole lot of everyone talking at once. What was my question? I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask the Premier first what his hot mess of the week was.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the Alouettes still.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I had thought it was going to be the Montreal Alouettes. And Suter can weigh in on this one because this is the CFL is announcing new signature uniforms to be coming to the Canadian Football League. The Saskatchewan Roughriders will unveil their signature uniform against the Montreal Alouettes on August the 16th. So this coming game after Winnipeg, the next home game is when they'll unveil their signature uniform. And I know as a broadcaster, the last time around the black jerseys didn't go over very well with the dark green numbers. The broadcasters didn't like it all that much. But if you were picking, would you have a signature retro uniform, a brand new whole green and white type uniform, or are you going back to the black for the Saskatchewan Roughriders? We'll start off with Glenn Suter.
I like the retro. I like not too far back, but the retro look. I mean, you got to keep the green in there, so we're not going way back for Riders. But I love the retro looks. Those original jerseys. The wheat on the helmet. Love it.
Premier Bradwell.
I'm with Suits. I like that uniform, and what they don't wear enough of is the away version of that uniform with the green pants, the white jersey with the two shoulder stripes, and the Sheraton Inns S on the helmet. That's the best uniform.
Gary?
You know me. I'm on record saying I'm all about those black jerseys. I love them. I think they look very sleek and mean and intimidating. Give me that all day.
I just hope every team doesn't go to the gunmetal gray BC Lion jersey.
So hot right now. It
looks all right, but I hope they come up with something. I hope it's a sleek look. I want an entirely new look. Oregon Duck-esque type jerseys for the Riders.
The charts. Those are crazy.
And if it's a little bit of highlights of neon green, not neon green, I think it may not be a bad idea for the Riders.
I think
as long as we can read the numbers.
Have you been talking to someone, Jamie?
Nope, I have not. I have no inside source.
I know this isn't the signature jersey, but I hope they also the Huskies home opener or near their home opener in Saskatoon. They've got a sort of white jersey, camo numbers, and they have a salute the troops night, and that looks really sharp. And I bet you, first of all, it's a great way to salute troops. I'm sure they could sell a bunch of the jerseys and raise some money for some great related causes. But I think those jerseys would also fly off the shelves in Saskatchewan if there was a kind of just a regular Rider jersey, but maybe a camo where it was all green before.
Not a bad idea. I know Suits would be approval of that one, but we do quickly. I looked at the clock. Oh, I've done it again. 5:17 here on the Green Zone, which means we really have to do these picks pretty quickly as we look at Week 7 in the CFL. It starts off tomorrow night, Saskatchewan against Winnipeg. We all know the Premier is picking Saskatchewan, but how does it play out?
The score will be... I think it's going to be tight. The score, Riders win, Glenn Suter to Ron Lancaster.
27-23.
Yeah.
There you go. Gary Nickel.
Oh, that's so sweet. Give me the Bombers, baby.
Going Willie Peg Blue Bombers. Fake Gainer picks Saskatchewan. I am going with Saskatchewan as well. I'm going with the Premier, a close game, like a field goal or something like that.
Also agreed.
Edmonton against the hot mess of the week, the Montreal Alouettes. Premier Wall.
Eskimos.
And like the Premier with Saskatchewan, I always take the hot mess because that's my style, so I'm taking the Owls.
Going with the Alouettes. I think Edmonton is a safe bet on this one. As I want to take a look at Fake Gainer's picks this week, he is also going with the Edmonton Eskimos. The other game this week is the third game of the week. Hamilton in BC. Premier Wall.
Lions.
the BC Lions.
Also the Lions.
Can't pick Hamilton. BC is 3-1 in their last couple of weeks,
hot.
so they are red hot, and it looks like fake gainer. It's unanimous for the BC Lions this week on Premier's Picks, and the final game of the week is the Ottawa Red Blacks in Calgary. Premier Wall.
No, Stampeders.
Reluctantly taking the Calgary Stampeders as the Premier.
I may have made the Pewee face there.
I'm still trying to work through that. Also take the Stamps. Ugh.
How can you not take the Calgary Stampeders
No,
this week against Ottawa? And let's see if fake gainer makes it unanimous. No! He is taking the Ottawa Red Blacks.
That hole gets deeper.
Good old fake gainer.
He's keep digging the hole somewhere.
We're, closer and closer to the unmasking fake gainer.
wouldn't pick your head out of the hole there, Gainer, anywhere in a farmer's field this week. Premier Wall, thank you so much. We'll do it again next week as always.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.
There is Premier and Gary the King Nickel. You can hear him with Scotty on the Fan Zone during each and every game. Glenn Suter weighing in on the Riders, Bombers. Daryl Davis in as well right here on the Green Zone on News Talk 980 CJME.